Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be doing another episode of Warframe build test where we take actually two Warframes, test out both their builds, see how enemies they can kill in a short amount of time. In today's video, like I said last video, would be an episode on which Warframe is better since Nidus is out, no one knows which frame is tanky anymore. There's a lot of tanky frames, but it narrows it down to which one was the first tanky frame, in my opinion, was valkyr. So today's episode will be on Nidus and valkyr today. If you want more in detail on how good valkyr is, you're going to go to my Warframe build test on valkyr, and that'll be in annotations. Before we get into the video, I want you guys to hit the subscribe button and the bell button if you want to be notified on my new videos. And let's get into it. So, I will show you my build, but it's not the best. It's actually not really that good. But I did realize that I was trying to throw a flow on here, but ended up not needing it. So just keep that in mind. With Nidus, you don't need a flow. And if you want any info on my weapons, all you have to do is tell me in the comments. If you want to know, then yeah, pretty much. So let's get into the video. So we'll be using 20 of these, and what we'll be doing is getting up to about 3 stacks. 3 stacks is enough for his ultimate, and 1 stack is enough for Parasitic Link, which grabs to like an enemy, and the damage done to you is done to them. And also, if you link it to a player, yes, a player. I almost said Warframe. You link it to a player, what happens is that you'll be doing more strength to them and to you. So the first thing we're gonna do. So the first ability he has is Virulence. And my stack meter down there is how many more stacks I have. So let's try to keep these things away from me because I'm gonna try to die. As you can see now, they're dying a lot faster because the more stacks I have. And you're gonna want to go for strength, okay? Also, to keep in mind, once you reach 15 stacks, once you take a death hit, or pretty much you die, what happens is let me just get to 15. Okay, at 15, once your character dies, you'll get Undying for 5 seconds, but it will remove 15 stacks from your stack pool, or area. So you'll be less than, so if I have 17, I'll be left with 2 stacks left after I get killed. So it would take you away from everything, but at the end of the day, you get a second chance at living. So, you know, whatever floats your boat. So, his second ability is Larva. And this just makes it easier to group all the enemies up and get your stacks flowing. And his last is Ravenous, which does this. I'm just going to use that to get rid of those enemies. And then you just keep doing this until you literally... And trust me, you just get a lot of stacks from this, trust. Ooh, excuse me. So, pretty much for Nidus, all of his abilities scale off of stacks. The more stacks you have, the more damage. And also, these maggots explode from Virulence and Larva. So, they explode. With Larva, you're grabbing them all together and exploding it. How many maggots are connected to them, they all explode. So you get a lot of stacks back from it. And yeah, pretty much from there, you don't get an extreme tank frame from Nidus. But at the same time you do, because the more stacks you have and a lot of strength, you get a lot of damage. And at the end of the day, would you rather have like more duration than more damage? I prefer more damage. It scales them a lot more different for other Warframes, because other Warframes rely off of just power strength and that's it. But you can have over 200 something power strength and 100 stacks, and this ability would be one-shotting 130s, because I was able to do that when I was doing a Void Survival with my friends. And at the end of the day, he's extremely tanky when it comes down to basic maneuvers and damage, because all of his abilities scale perfectly well with endgame, and Valkyr also does. So before we end off the video, now we're going to get into Valkyr's abilities. And, oh, let me fix my cape. My bad. We're going to get into Valkyr's abilities, and then after that, we're going to do the pros and cons of each Warframe. Now we're on to Valkyr Prime. And if you want more in depth of all of her abilities, because, never mind, I'll just do it in this video. But if you want to also watch my other Valkyr video, rest in peace old Valkyr, because I had to get rid of her because she was taking up space for other frames. You know, I have to have a variety. And because Valkyr Prime came out, yeah, I don't think I need her anymore. So, if you want any more in-depth video on older Valkyr Prime, all you gotta do is just go to my old episode of Warframe build test for Valkyr. You know, you should be just fine. And before any of you say it, yes, there is a freaking cyst on her neck. I thought I got rid of it when I infused it into my freaking helmless charger, but I'm gonna wait 7 days and freaking cure her, because she's my fashion frame, and I'm sick and tired of saying that. This is the 3rd time I've been trying to get rid of this cyst, and it won't go away. So, let's get into the actual video. What we're gonna do is actually grab energy. I don't know why I do that, it's a habit. So usually what I do with Valkyr is, her first ability is Ripline. Not many people use this. Ripline, oops, my bad. Ripline can grab an enemy, or grab you up to here. And before bullet jump or any kind of movement was into the game, people would use Ripline to get around places. So you would just do this to get to certain areas, and you would Ripline enemies out of the field. So it's also a very good way to do things. Her second ability is War Cry, which just makes her melee speed, well not melee, but actually yes, just melee speed go faster, and the enemies slower. So this kind of looks stupid, let's just equip it. So with any really fast melee weapon you already have, like I did this on my Valkyr Prime's Ether Reaper, what you want to do is make sure that you have a pretty good, strong, fast weapon that relies off of speed, like put Berserker on there and Prime Fury if you haven't yet. And if not, just go with regular old Fury. I would used to say that Valkyr was my bootleg Berserker at the time before I gave in Bite the Bullet to give somebody 5 mods for it. They weren't even that good of mods. I think I kind of tricked them into it, but whatever, I still got it. And at the end of the day, her Warcry is still pretty effective as Berserker, but not the best. That's all I'm saying. So if you are going to farm for Berserker, do your best to get it, because it's a lot. Her third ability is Paralysis, and with the augment Prolonged Paralysis, which is a go-to on my Valkyr builds, drags all the enemies towards and slows them down by 200%. So it just gives me more time to get my finisher attacks, probably go get a soda, some water, I don't know, any old things that you need, like life essentials. Probably go make a sandwich, I can't speak, a sandwich. Usually when this happens, I take a sip of my water, or I don't know, I just take a break, because it literally just drags enemies down, they stay down. I'm kidding, you wouldn't go make a sandwich during that crap, because that's ridiculous. Unless you really slow them down, then whatever. Now, her last really great ability is Warcry, Hysteria, which scales completely off of your melee. So, if you want it to be really fast, you would want to have Berserker on your weapon plus Fury. Without that, you're going to get a pretty slow Hysteria, and you don't want that. So, like I said before, keep that in mind, okay? So don't just go into a mission like, oh my gosh, why am I so slow? You'll know why. Because if your melee weapon is hella slow, like if you unequip and just have a bow on, of course your melee weapon is going to be hella slow and not as effective as it should be. Excuse me, I'm a little still sick from this week. And wait, did I just say? Let me rephrase that, hold up. I messed up, I'm a little bloopy mind, I can't speak, I'm a little crazy today. So like I was saying before, on her last ability, it only scales off of melee, so if you don't have a melee weapon on, it will be slow and do that exact amount of damage. Won't be that strong, and you won't kill anything. Like, you seriously won't kill anything. So it's a good idea that you cast Warcry and Hysteria whenever you're trying to do anything, and make sure you have a really strong melee. I repeat, a strong melee. You could probably use an unranked weapon too, as long as you have some elemental proc on it, because you'll be good. I recommend using gas or corrosive on Valkyr's Hysteria, since if you slide attack, you do a proc of gas or a proc of corrosive. Also, Viral's good tier 2. Pretty much anything with a good stack meter on that weapon, like status, you're good to go. Now let's get into the pros and cons. First off, let's do Valkyr, since I have her out. Man, I hate that sis. Okay. Apologize if I'm a little stupid today. So the pros of her, see what I mean? The pros. 1, she's amazing to look at. She's really good, and I hope they continuously keep making all frames look good with their gold bits. I wish they would stop making them so nacho cheese dust gold. Sorry. Nacho cheese dust gold instead of this nice, more dulled metallic gold, which you pick from the Shamrock palette. It's the first 3 on the far left. Those 3 are the good best golds, probably in the second row too. But I don't trust their gold. I used to, but ever since I got Shamrock, I've been like literally tweaking all the golds to like rose gold. Well, not the Shamrock palette, but like all of them to a different gold, you know, to look better. Same thing with my Nova. So now the other pro to her, she's actually way stronger than her counterpart Valkyr. Only problem is that I wish she got more shields, because she's still stuck with her 50 shields at beginning, and I think 100 at max. I'm not so sure. But she doesn't have much shields, if you've noticed. I don't know why. I really don't. I wish she did get more shields. I really do. But at the end of the day, she still is pretty strong and good. Also, another pro tip, if you do create Valkyr Prime like I did and not buy her like those people who spend over $80, I think it's about that much or whatever, you'll get the Kadala Prime or Cordelia Prime, if that's what it's called, for free once you create Valkyr Prime, and you can use it on original Valkyr also. Now let's get into Nidus's pros and cons. Wait, I didn't do the cons yet. See, I'm very loopy headed. Gosh dang it. Okay. Now, the cons of Valkyr Prime. She was extremely hard to farm her chassis, and matter of fact, I had to use my friend to get the chassis for her. Another con, I really wish she got more shields, and it's just not the same. It's not the same. She does not look anything like regular Valkyr at all, which makes her really cool. But at the same day, I still kind of wish she looked very similar to her Valkyr, because Valkyr doesn't look like this, okay? She looks way different. But at the end of the day, she still looks pretty good, and I hope they continue making their primes look unique, okay? Now let's get into Nidus's pros and cons. Nidus's pros and cons, finally. Okay, the pros. 1, he is amazing in damage. He does not use as much energy as any other frame that I have seen in a long time. Like, a long time. He only pretty much relies basically on stacks. Like, that's pretty much it. The more stacks you have, the stronger he is, and plus with a lot of power strength, he's a pretty tanky frame for just being fresh off the chopping block, which is really good because newcomers don't really have to rely on farming those transient fortitude and fleeting expertise, like those mobs that are pretty hard to get and have to like give up certain mobs that they use just to get them, which they won't even be able to level up at their level of time. Nidus is pretty much straightforward, and he doesn't really need a lot of strength to work off of. And at the end of the day, he doesn't really rely on strength as much. He relies on stacks. But the more strength you have, the more stacks you have also combining, the more damage he will do. Now, the other pro, I think I've already done one. Oh, I just noticed there's this. So now the other pro to Nidus is that one, he looks really cool. I like what they did here. I just don't know why he has a rhino chest hump looking thing right there. I don't know why they keep doing that. They should just really make them flat-bodied or something. But that's their idea, and I'm not going to judge because I know how long it takes to make things like this in 3D art, and it takes a while. A while. So now let's go on to the cons. Oh my god. There's like 3. Yes, I'll do 3. 1, his con. Oh my gosh. Freaking Glass Gambit stole all my damn credits. I was down to 9,000, and I was at 1,300,000, and I went broke in literally a good amount of a couple hours on the first day. So great. And the other con to him, it was a pain in my left cheek. Pain in my pain in my left ass cheek. Okay, I'm keeping it real. Pain in my left ass cheek to freaking get his parts from the infested salvage. Oh my gosh, that took forever. I had like 12 freaking helmets, and all I needed was the system. And then I completely forgot that I had all those helmets. I'm like, oh, I need a helmet. So I spent extra 3 hours farming for the systems in the helmet, and then I got the system, forgetting that I already had that because I was so loopy. Finally got the chassis, then finally got the helmet. Went back, I'm like, I already had 12 helmets waiting for me. I felt stupid. Oh my gosh, pain, just pain. And the third one, he's a pain to color. I don't know why they made him so complicated. It's like the freaking Saren Orphid skin. Just colors overlap. To you, it looks like he has pink energy or purple, but if you look at the cape and the Pyra Sugatra, it's red. Even the sigil on his chest and the armor, it's red. It looks purple or pinkish, but it's red. I don't hate the color overlaying. Actually, it's really cool and I love it. Only problem is that when you're trying to color a frame, it's a pain. Especially like the Saren Orphid skin relating to her. That skin was really hard to color. Like, I still can't color her. And also, leave me in the comments if you guys want to see a Saren Warfare build test. Okay? Tell me if you want to. It just, altogether, he only has 3 cons because, like, mainly he was really hard to farm. He's really hard to color. And the freaking Glass Gambit quest took me so long and just took all my credits. But besides that fact, he's really strong and I recommend him to everyone. But if I want to be extremely honest with you guys, I would say that they're both pretty the same in like the damage category. They're both pretty much up there, so why not give them both a tie? So if you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, before we leave, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's see if we can hit 10 likes on this video, and also hit that bell button if you want to be notified for any more videos. Now I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!